Now, I had an experience recently with a goanna. Now, they're pretty docile and they don't usually approach people, but the thing is, if you have food, and I had eggs with me at the time, they can actually start to smell with their tongue, and they may come after you. Like I found out recently. Let me out of here!
Creativity, curiosity, super fun activities, Cruise TV!
Alright people, full disclosure, this story is actually about how dumb I am sometimes. Roll tape. So we were bushwalking recently in the national park, beautiful little area. We're going by some cabins and I see a goanna. Yes! I think this is a great opportunity to get some footage. Look how fat it is! So, Australia's biggest native lizard, me, in my infinite wisdom, decided, you know what, I'm gonna feed it. Now, this is a dumb thing to do. I mean, why would you want something that has razor-sharp claws and teeth that harbour flesh-eating bacteria to come anywhere near you, let alone think that you are a food source? I mean, what kind of wally would do such a thing? So anyway, I reached into my backpack and pulled out some eggs. And already, this thing is just minding its own business, and suddenly it can smell something's up. I mean, see how its tongue's flicking in and out? It can smell that. They've got an amazing sense of smell, and it instantly knows what this thing is when I roll an egg towards it. Now off it goes after this egg. So instead of like crunching them up, they don't chew because they don't really have chewing teeth. Have a look at this. It picks it up, it engages its jaw like almost like a snake, gets it as wide as it can go, picks the entire egg up so it's not going to spill a drop, and gulp, down it goes. It swallows it and the egg will get crushed in its innards later. So see how this thing's flicking its tongue around. Now it's actually smelling the air. That's how they do it, with their forked tongue. Now, I mentioned before that they love eggs. They absolutely go crazy over them. So here's me with an egg in my hand, getting that egg smell all over my hand. Now, I think that I'm pretty good around this time. Cool, got some footage, fed a goanna, wacko. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, because I got my comeuppance. Take a look at this next clip. This time, we're walking through a really foresty area. And lo and behold, I happen to have eggs in my bag again. So as this thing's walking up the track, it stops, it knows what's up, I roll the egg, look at its tongue going flick, 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 grabs hold of the egg if it can. It's pretty difficult. This one can't quite get a hold on it, but when it does, swallows it whole. Now, look at that tongue, flicking, flicking, flicking. Suddenly it can smell something. Why? Because they have an excellent sense of smell, and guess who has eggs all over their hands? That's right. Have a look at this. It decides to charge me. Now, what happens next you can't really see, but the only other thing in my hand is my phone, and with this thing charging me, I throw my phone at it. Now it hits it in the head, it stops for a second, and then charges me a second time. This time I run away going, ah! And then I keep on running, and this thing calmly walks back, has a sniff of my phone, decides that it's gonna continue with its day and leave me alone. So hopefully my little story will be a lesson to you. If ever you're walking around in nature enjoying it, don't go thinking that you're going to feed something like a big dangerous goanna, because that would be something only an egghead would do.